Hello traders and welcome to PL Capital's weekly market outlook. Today is Saturday, January 28th. Going to look at the US dollar, the pound, S&P, Nasdaq, oil, natural gas, and by request Bitcoin. So let's get started. All right, I want to look at the upcoming weekly economic calendar. There is a lot of data and earnings coming out this week. So if you love volatility, this is going to be the week for you. Tuesday, we've got consumer confidence. I don't think that'll be a big mover. Wednesday, we've got ADP employment. Again, I don't think that's going to be a big one. Now, we do have also manufacturing PMI and JOLTS job openings, so that'll be very big. Obviously, the big one, though, is FOMC interest rate coming out 1 o'clock Central Time, followed by Jerome Powell speaking at 1:30. So that's when the fireworks will really start. And Friday, we got non-farm payroll, very important, and we got services PMI, very important. So just a ton of data. And if that's not enough, then we've got earnings. We got Meta coming out on Wednesday. So that's why Wednesday, I think, is just going to be just a crazy, crazy day. And then the next day, we got Apple, Google, and Amazon reporting. So a lot of information coming out that's going to move the markets very strong one way or the other. So be ready for that. All right, let's get looking at the charts. So we got US dollar here. Still think that they're coming down for a fifth wave, so they'll break this 101.50 level. It's just a matter of, we got to come down in three waves. So, do they get real close and then give a correction and then break it? That's kind of what I would think, but got to come down in three ways. Now, if they were to come up and break this 102.55 level before breaking that low, then what I have labeled as a 3, I think, is actually 5. But I don't see that happening. Everything points to more down. And the pound. So in the pound, I got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and so far we've got leading diagonal right there for 1. Now we do have 3 waves already. So that could be 2, or it could be A, this is B, and then they're going to come down one more time for a C before we head up. But either way, it's either the correction is done or it's got one more leg down before they head up. So two key areas to look at. If they come and break this 1.23 before they break that 12418, then obviously this is just a bigger correction for up. If they do come and break that high, then I'm looking at this. I think the pound's going to go quite a bit ways, because this would be 1, 2, and then this is 1, 2, which means you get a 3, 4, and a 5 for the third wave, come back down for 4, and then you go back up again one more time to break for your fifth wave. So as it stands right now, if this right here is a 2, then I think that they'll be targeting like 1.25. But if this is 1, 2 for a third wave, then they'll go, I think, much higher than 1.25. So watch those two levels to see what they're doing. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. I'm going to zoom out to, actually, let me go to this chart. I'll go out to the daily. So when I've been looking at the S&P, trying to figure out what this whole move was, I always thought that this was some kind of a leading diagonal. But when I look at the Nasdaq, it's very obvious to me that this is 1, then you got your A, B, C correction running flat, and then C. So an A, B, and a C. So bulls can look at that and say, all right, great. We've got this huge run up, and now we got an A, B, C running flat, and now we're starting to march up to go break the top. I I don't know if I see it that way. Just based on like all this economic uncertainty, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that was all the correction. So need to keep an eye on when they break this top. Actually, let me go to this chart. When they break this top, so I really think Wednesday will kind of answer everything. Because I think that this is all just an A, a B, and then this is going to be a strong C wave coming up to break that top. But that'll be an ABC correction, and then we start heading down. But we got to see when they break that top how strong, because the more it goes up, then this can turn into a 1, 2, and then this could be a 3, and then 4, and then they'll go back up for 5, and then you got your impulse. So I think Wednesday is going to answer a lot because that'll should take you above the high. So keep an eye on Wednesday to see what they're going to do. S&P, so same thing. So now in this one though, I see this as they're making a big running flat. So it's 1, 2, and then 5 ways up, and they'll break the top. Now on the S&P, they do have quite a ways to go. They're at what, 4084, 4180 was the December high. So they got 100 points to go. So be curious to see like how does this play out, on Monday and Tuesday. They make a little correction here. Are they going to break up? Correct. And then, Wednesday is the day that they just take it up, break it, and then reverse it. Because this is going to be 5 waves. I mean, so I can't. This one looks much harder for me to look at and say, okay, if this is 1, 2, I mean 3, I mean like they would have to, take it way above to give you a 3, a 4, and a 5. So that's why it feels more like this is just going to be an A, B, C, and then at some point they're reversing it. So keep an eye on when they break 4180. What's the price action like there? Because if it just stalls soon after breaking, then I think big reversal is coming. All right, let's look at oil. So let me drill down here. Really looks to me like, you got your impulse up, you got a strong move down for your A, 3-wave correction, almost broke the top, but didn't. And that's B, and now they're going to come back down. So 1, 2, and I would expect that they're going to break that 78.45 level. And it'll probably be I would think in 5 waves. So they'll give a 3, 4, and a 5, and then head back up. So I think this will be just an A, B, C correction. That's what I think. And one of the reasons I believe that is if we look at the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, I've been watching this. December 16th, there were 378 million barrels. And then December 23rd, they released 3 million barrels down to 375. December 30th, down to 372. January 6th, 371. So they released only less than 1 million. January 13th, 371, 579. So they released like 1,000 barrels. And then finally on the 20th, now it's the exact same number. So they finally stopped releasing. So I know Biden's been trying his hardest to keep gas prices down by releasing from the reserve, but it looks like they've stopped. And so because of that, you got no more release from the reserve. You got China reopening. So I think the demand for oil has to be going up. So I think one more down, and then up. So when they break this 78.45, keep an eye because it shouldn't go too far Now, if it does, then there's something else in play here. But you know, I expect them to at least come and break this top one more time. All right, natural gas. So, you know, I still see this. We got ending diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this whole move down just looks quite strong. And I said in my last video, like, watch this area for a possible correction and then one more down. And that's exactly what it looks like to me. There is this running flat over in here that, I mean, technically you could say that that's 1, 2, and then 5 waves down for 3. So the low could be in, but just based on this right here, this action of 1, 2, 3, just seems to me like they're going to come down and break this low one more time. So if they were to come and break above this 290, this previous high, yeah, chances are getting stronger then that maybe they are going to go. Can't confirm that we're done though until this 3.3 level on the March contract that is now. Not until you take that level out can you confirm that this whole move is done. But I would expect natural gas to do their usual, you know, have like a big, you know, Sunday tomorrow night when they futures opens, you know, big gap down. Monday they come and take out the low, and then at some point then there's going to be a big strong up move coming. So looking for just one more down, and then that'll complete this whole 5-wave move. Okay, and Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom out here. Actually, let's go to the daily. So to me, I've got 5 waves down. Well, the possibility of 5 waves are in. So that's a big move down, which means, you know, you should be getting a correction. Now, the only thing that we can't answer yet is if the 5th wave is done. So this looks like a diagonal to me. So the question would be, is it a leading or ending diagonal? If it's an ending diagonal, then the bottom is in, and I expect Bitcoin to go to at least 28,000 before another leg lower. We can't confirm that the bottom is in until this 25,214 level gets taken out. So what I expect now is this is obviously very impulsive. And now we need a correction. So I'm expecting them to come down to at least like 21,850 down to 2630, somewhere in there. Could even go lower. But I expect them to come and at least break this high one more time. So 23,824. This is on Coinbase, by the way. So I do expect a correction, some type of correction, shallow or deep, it doesn't matter. Come and break this high, and then once they break that high, then that'll tell you what's going to happen. Because obviously if they come and take that out, okay, then I think Bitcoin's going much higher. But if they come and just break that and then start reversing hard, then obviously we're going back down for another several legs, because then this is probably a leading diagonal, which means that's 1, and this will be a 2, and then they're still going to go down for 3, 4, and 5. So this area will tell you once they break this high, assuming that they break. I mean, unless they're making a running flat, you know, but they would have to like really start coming down. So if they go flying through all these levels and start getting down here, then you're looking at a running flat. But if it kind of consolidates in this area, or maybe even a little bit lower, and then starts pushing up, then that'll tell you all you need to know. You know, when they break this, you know, one of two things has to happen. It breaks that, or it's just going to break that and then reverse sharply. So those are the levels to keep an eye on. All right, gang, that's all I've got. So let me know of any questions or comments. Appreciate you watching, and I wish you luck. It's going to be a crazy week, so be careful out there. Talk to you during the week. Bye.